Assistant Sports Director Declan Goff here, joined with Pat Dolan on Husky Sports Friday. Now, Coach Dolan, you have the Husky Dome over the Husky Stadium finally now with football season concluding, which means indoor baseball basically, and you have a bunch of camps that are coming up this holiday break, including over Christmas break. Talk about the camps that are coming to the Husky Dome that fans and anyone is welcome to be part of.
Yeah, we have a couple different things starting with our Husky Holiday Camp, December 26th and 27th, and like you said, our Husky Dome is just second to none. It's a great facility, obviously, with the weather conditions that we're given here in Minnesota, and it makes it a little challenging. But having this Husky Dome, it's great for our program, and it's great for the young kids. Any kid really up to senior in high school. We have about 90 kids registered already, and we have the field house also for the younger kids too. So we have different options: overnight camps, staying at the Grand Stay, or they can just commute back and forth. And then in January, we have probably our most enjoyable camp. It's called our Sandlot Series. It's kind of reminds me when I was younger, where we didn't really have a lot of camps. You just went and played, Sandlot games. We kind of split the teams up, and we do that every Monday night from January, February, and March. And that's for the 2nd through 6th graders. We have a big specialty skills camp, more of an advanced camp for the older boys in high school, junior high and high school. That's February 15th. And then we have our big SCSU coaches clinic that same day, right before the UMD hockey game. So we'll be able to use the new Husky Den over at the Herb Brooks Center, and we'll have our coaches clinic in there, and then also in the Husky Dome, where we can do some hands-on training with the high school coaches and area coaches.
And do you have a lot of other people, not just from the St. Cloud area, but from also the metro area, that will make the commute back and forth for these kind of events?
Yeah, we have, I was looking on our deal, we have a couple kids from Illinois coming, we have a couple kids from Wisconsin coming, a couple from Iowa. Obviously, a lot of them are from the St. Cloud, Sartell, Sauk Rapids, Cold Spring area, and Plateway Park. Just great youth baseball all around the area here. And, it's a good chance to kind of get a little, baseball blood going here, and hit the ball around a little bit. And we'll have our whole entire St. Cloud State coaches there, and a lot of alumni. Can't thank the alumni enough. A lot of the alumni are coming to help out. Their kids are coming to the camps, and kill two birds with one stone, get a little baseball in, and watch their kids play in the Husky Dome as well.
And talk about where people can go to register for these events.
Probably the easiest way is just to go to our webpage, which is really simple. It's just starsbaseballcamp.com, and that's stars with a Z. Or they can call the easiest cell phone number ever. They can just give me a call at 320-333-3336, and I can send them out the information. But they can register online too, right off our webpage.
And you also have an ice fishing event coming up as well. Talk about the involvement with that and how people can get involved with that as well.
Yeah, our third annual Grand Slam on Grand Lake ice fishing contest. Angie and Dave Diddy, parents of Max Diddy, one of our captains, they're they're the chair people of the whole fundraiser. And we had about 400 people out there last year. And, we're hoping this is our third year. It usually takes 2 or 3 years to really get a event like this going, but we got some great sponsors, some great prizes, and all the information's on our SCSU baseball page for that. But we're hoping we get a lot of people out for that. The night before, we actually have our first pitch banquet, which we really kind of kicking off the season. And those two are our big two fundraisers of the whole year, raising a lot of money to support our Husky baseball program.
And now let's move on to this season. You've signed some new recruits last November. Talk about the new recruits that are coming to Husky baseball.
Well, we knew we were going to lose a lot of quality senior pitchers. We have 6 senior pitchers and a couple underclassmen pitchers that have a chance to get drafted. So, pitching's the name of the game at every level other than T-ball, really. And whether it's high school, college, pro, you better have some pitching depth. And with the challenging schedule that we have with playing so many games in a 7-8 week period, you need to have really, at least 10, 11 solid pitchers. So I've never signed more than 6 pitchers in a year, and this year I think we signed 9 of them. And we really feel great about the whole group. Got some good local ball players. Kid out of Little Falls, kid out of Alex, 2 guys out of Sauk Rapids, and I think we've had 25 local Central Minnesota ball players play for our program in the last 7 years, and it just says something about the type of baseball in Central Minnesota. And we got a couple kids from out of state, from Illinois, a couple kids from Wisconsin, and we really like the early season recruiting class we have. It really takes the pressure off us now in the off season, where we can get going on to our 2015 recruiting class. And In the past, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you'd sign maybe 2 or 3 kids in the fall. So to get pretty much our whole recruiting class signed in the fall really is a beneficial thing for us and for the kids. They can just kind of worry about their senior year and concentrate on having a good senior year.
And talk about this season as well. No Metrodome, obviously, so no exhibition games. So talk about what you're going to have to do to kind of make up for those games. I know you're going down to Arizona as well, and you're going to start your first part of the regular season on the road in Winona. So talk about how you can really try to make up those games. So losing that Metrodome is going to hurt for a couple of years.
After last year's spring weather, you didn't think you'd go through anything crazier, but now without the Metrodome, it's really going to put a wrinkle in a lot of teams. I mean, we played 20 games in the Metrodome. People can complain about the weather and not getting a lot of home games in last year, but we drove an hour east and got 20 games in. So, we're going to Arkansas, Russellville, Arkansas, to play a really good team in our region, Arkansas Tech and Quincy out of Illinois. The weekend after that, we're going down to Missouri, and those games are kind of iffy that time of the year, the end of February, early March, and then after that we take our big 8-9 day trip down to Tucson. Just a great tournament. I've actually never been to Tucson. We've been to Phoenix 3 or 4 times, in Florida, and Corpus Christi last year, Hawaii. I always like to do something a little different. So the Tucson Invitational, it sounds like, just from talking to some of the other colleagues in the Northern Sun that have gone down there, they said it's just a first-class operation. And, anytime it's 75, 80 degrees in March, you can't complain at all, I guess.
Yeah, moving on to some other players that are moved past Husky baseball, Scotty Leeser and Brian Hansen. They're going to be continuing their pro careers. Scotty had a nice year with the Milwaukee Brewers organization in rookie ball and looks like he's going to be back as well. And Brian Hansen is down to the independent ranks in the Frontier League, trying to make a name for himself as well. Talk about how great it is that all these Husky baseball players, like Jordan Smith as well, that are also getting ample opportunities to make it to their major leagues and fulfill their dreams.
It's every kid's dream to play at that level. I'm in that group of a lot of people. The only reason I didn't make it to that level, I wasn't quite good enough like most of the guys, but to be able to play at that next level, and it's tough to make it to the major leagues. Jordan Smith is a special, athlete, and he's a guy that, I think, everything's still got to work out for him. He's still got a ways to go, but it sounds like he's going to be starting his season at Double-A. And when you start at Double-A, you got a chance. Scotty Leeser, you're not going to find a guy that's going to work harder than him. He's got to get a couple more miles in that fastball, but, 90, 91 miles an hour. He told me last summer, he goes, Coach, there's 15 guys in the team that throw just as hard as me, and he was the best of any player that I've ever coached. But if there's a guy that can make it with work ethic, it's Scotty Leeser. And, the guy I'm probably most happy for is Brian Hansen. He got drafted a couple years back by Cleveland, had 2 great years in the Northwoods League, had 4 great years for us, and we just kind of slipped through the cracks last year, but he ended up signing a pro contract along with Sean Borman, so they'll kind of rooming together, buddy deal. They'll be working out in the Dome, I'm sure, a lot in the off season before they head out for spring training. But real happy for all those guys, and hopefully a couple of our seniors get a chance after this year as well.
And now with the new incoming season with Husky baseball, the past, we're moving forward now with what we have, and how excited are the new guys to get things rolling here and the season to get going in just a few short months.
Every coach says every year is a different year, and that's true. But for us, it's really a different year. To lose 6, 4-year starters, you just don't replace a Phil Imhold, a Brian Hansen, a Scott Leeser, Steve Rendelob, Travis Carview, Borman, Sather. That was one heck of a senior class, and most of those guys were position players. Now, the good part is we have 10 of our top 11 pitchers back off last year's team, and, so I think we'll be okay, in most games, but it's going to be unique putting 6 new position players out there, but we still got a lot of quality guys coming back, the Gergellas, the Luxterkamps, Engers, the Fisher brothers. I mean, we got some guys that have really played a lot for us the last couple of years offensively, and we're just going to throw a lot of new guys out there, but I'm sure somebody will step up and hopefully have a nice year and defend that Northern Sun Championship that we won last year.
All right, Coach, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for joining us on Husky Sports Friday.
Thanks a lot, Declan.